We live off the grid on our CNC 39 named Epiphany, and we have solar and wind generation for our power, but we're going to do some tweaks to it today to resolve some little system issues we're having. Let me show you what we got. Up top here, we've got 900 watts of solar power. Got these two 250 volt or watt panels here, and on the back there's 400 watt panels, so that's 900 watts of solar. But you can see it is cloudy. It's been cloudy for 2 days. Front come in, but it's windy, so we are generating power with two 600 watt wind turbines. There's one port, one starboard. I know the video makes it look like they're turning slow due to the frame rate, but they are whirling. Got about 15-20 knots of wind. And looking at our controllers for the wind turbines, this one's indicate charging, the bright red LED. The other side's got a different brand controller, and it's up here, and it's indicating it's generating electricity. So we're making juice on a cloudy day because solar panels aren't really putting out, but they're our main battery monitors because they're digital. And you can see even after 48 hours of dark and cloudiness, we still got plenty of voltage, but we're getting a big voltage drop to our inverter. So even showing fully charged battery bank, when we turn on our microwave, you'll see it runs, but then you hear the low voltage and it kicks out. We're getting too big of a voltage drop. And our inverter is 3,000 watt, located way back here on the port side of the boat. But you can see the voltage on it is substantially lower than the voltage on the batteries, about a volt. So we're going to relocate it to shorten up the cables and put it right here so that the cable length to the battery is much shorter, instead of going all the way back to the back of the boat back here and across to the inverter. And we'll reduce the voltage drop that way, get us more power to the inverter, and resolve this issue. So this is the inverter that powers Epiphany's 110 volt system, and it's 3,000 watt per pure sine wave, so it's real good smooth power for the computers should we choose to use them. And we've relocated it right here beside the steps, right next to the double berth on the port side. So running the cables will be from here across the top of the engine, as you can see in here, straight through this bulkhead here to our battery connections. And that's going to do away with many feet of not just 110 volt power cord, but all of this 1 aught battery cable to power that inverter and reduce the resistance due to distance. And then we'll see if we can maintain even power to the inverter similar to what we got in our battery banks, and keep it from getting a low voltage signal and kicking the microwave on and off. Does the same thing with the coffee pot. So we're trying to smooth all that out. Using our hole saw on a drill, we've drilled through this bulkhead here. You can see this fresh hole right here to run our battery cables through the hole. Now we're still running this one here for the negative, but the positive one will go right here and go right to the top of the batteries. That joins our 6 batteries together in that bank. And it simply just goes up across the back of the engine, behind the Raycor filter, and through the next bulkhead over here, And I'll show you the other side. See, I got the vacuum for keeping everything tidy while I drill. And we've put the end on this one. This will be the positive cable. So we got to snake the negative cable over through this hole, across the back of the engine, to up here. And that substantially shortens the run to get to 12 volt to the inverter. Way less resistance and should stabilize our voltage, in addition to shortening the 110 cord that's going into the boat circuit. Okay, the cables are run through the bulkhead, so let's zip tie all this away from the engine so vibration does not chafe any of these cables and cause an electrical issue. Alright, you can see we've got the positive side of the inverter wired. The negative side, it's right here by the bunk. It's unobtrusive. And we've really shortened the amount of cable we've used, which should really reduce the resistance. I mean massively, because we're only going from here to here through the engine compartment, and we're connected to our battery. So now that removed 27 feet of cable from feeding the inverter. But now we're going to remove from the AC side, plugging into the inverter that feeds the house wiring system here through the switches. Probably going to remove 8 or 10 feet of cable there, and that should really enhance the power distribution, and then we'll try it out. By relocating the inverter, we've taken 27 feet of 1.0 cable out to feed it, and about 8 feet of cord there to feed the 110 system. We are wired up. We are on inverter power. Our voltage is similar, spot on with what we're showing in our batteries. So the test is, let's take a cup of water, put it in the microwave, turn the microwave on, and see how the voltage drop is. And bingo! You can see her drawing on the batteries. She's reading about 11.5, 11.6. And our batteries are reading 11.7, 11.8. So we're getting 0.2 of a voltage drop where we were getting a full volt or more. And the microwave runs without interruption. We just increased the amperage and voltage by reducing the resistance to the inverter and solved a nuisance electrical problem.